Okay everybody, we are back today with home-style goulash. These are all of the ingredients that you're going to be needing for this recipe, and this recipe is very near and dear to my heart. I grew up eating this, my grandma made this often, and I think everybody has a variation on the way that they make goulash. So today I'm going to show you how I make mine. I'm going to start off with some boiling salted water, and to that I'm going to add my elbow macaroni, and I am only going to partially cook this, probably for about 6 minutes. You do not want to cook it all the way because it's actually going to finish cooking in the sauce, and in my opinion, a good goulash has a good texture noodle. I do not like mushy, gummy noodles. So 6 minutes tops. After they're done cooking, I'm going to drain them, and I am going to actually let them sit in this colander while I make the sauce. So they will have a chance to cool down, and they will also dry up a little bit before we put them in our sauce. I do not rinse them. Next in my pot, I have some hamburger meat. I'm just going to season it with some salt and pepper. I'm going to add a chopped onion to that. And I am going to brown this partially. It doesn't need to be cooked fully because it's going to cook the rest of the way in the sauce. After I've browned that about halfway, I have added to my stock pot a bay leaf and 1 can of tomato juice. I'm also coming in with some green bell pepper. I leave it in big chunks because not everybody in my family likes peppers, but I do like the flavor that it brings to the dish. So I leave them in large chunks so people can pick them out. And here I'm adding just a dash of sugar. I'm going to go ahead and stir that around. And now I'm going to come in with my homemade stewed tomatoes. I have also made a video on how to make these. If you do not have homemade stewed tomatoes, you can use any good canned tomato. I would suggest whole peeled tomatoes and then kind of crush them up yourself. A San Marzano would be a good choice. I'm going to go ahead and stir those around, and I am going to bring this up to a simmer. And I'm going to cook it at this simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour, hour and a half, until it gets to the consistency that I like. All of those flavors are going to meld together. It's going to get sauce-like, and it's just going to be wonderful. And every once in a while, you're going to want to come in and stir it. So this is what mine looked like after about an hour of cooking it down. And the next step you're going to do is just take your drained and dried, partially cooked macaroni noodles. You're going to put them into your sauce. And because there are so few ingredients in this recipe, you really want to use kind of better ingredients, and you want to make sure that everything you're cooking has the right texture. Otherwise, as simple as this dish is, it's very easy to ruin. So I'm just going to go ahead and stir those in. I'm going to take this off the heat. I'm going to put a lid on it for a half hour. And then here it is, guys. The noodles have soaked up all of the extra juice. It's a nice consistency. The noodles are not mushy. We have enough sauce in there. And this is going to be delicious. I promise you. I hope you give it a try.